The Tangent 8 podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent 8 podcast. I'm Seth, and with me is Swoosh.
Hi!
Unfortunately, the saga of John Doe trying to find a house has continued, although it has, quote-unquote, ended. He's not in it yet, but apparently he signed some paperwork on a rental, so hopefully he'll be back next week.
Now he just needs to get internet and he should be okay.
Yeah.
And we'll finally have some wonderful tales of him trying to find a house.
Oh, man. You're gonna get Rental Stories episode 2 the minute he gets back.
The shit we've had in the group chat so far has been great.
As I said, I'm super happy he's finally found a place. He was talking about potentially having to sleep on the floor of his son's place. It's just like, oh man, feeling for you right now.
Yeah, that's never a fun place to be.
So, good on you, John Doe. We'll look forward to you being back.
I can't imagine John Doe being back on a university campus and having a lot of fun.
I mean, an Australian one maybe not so much. If he was on an American one.
Oh, yeah, true.
He'd be like running the frat house.
Yeah. He'd just appear in the frat house and never leave. That would be his new property.
Somehow it would stop being in Greek letters and would just be called Dan's place. Alright, so, unfortunately, that little bit of positive news is going to be counterbalanced by we're back to talking about layoffs.
Yay.
Now,
from the same offenders, too, I think.
I don't think Sony had before. I know EA has.
Yeah.
But first up, we're going to talk about Sony. Now, I'm going to freely admit I am going to wildly speculate here.
Yay, speculation! It's my favorite kind of thing.
Because we have the article in which Sony put out their big announcement on what's going on, and they're like, okay, we're cutting staff from Insomniac, Naughty Dog, and Guerrilla Games.
Which makes me sad, because they have some really good studios.
Oh yeah, they're big major studios.
I mean, Ratchet & Clank's gonna take a fucking hit from that alone.
Now, here's the thing. They say they're doing that, and then in the later part of the article, they point out that they had to can a bunch of projects.
Yeah.
Here's my wild speculation. They shit-canned a bunch of projects they put a bunch of money into. Then someone was like, we have to recoup the costs somehow. Fire people.
But why from these bigger... Like, I understand the bigger ones would have more people to fire, sure.
They would also probably have better paid people, so cutting them off means you make a better return.
But there's also a bunch of lower-end studios that they have that are just doing mobile games and that kind of bullshittery. Why not cut the fat there? Why go for the things that are making your big-ticket items? Is it just to scare them?
I don't know. Maybe... Well, they haven't stated where these projects that got cancelled are from. Maybe it was from some of those studios. I don't know.
Maybe they're firing all the marketing guys. Let's hope they're firing the marketing guys. Because let's be honest, marketing guys are kind of shit at the moment. Either they overpromise, or they get the hype train started far too early.
But, like I said, that's wild speculation for me. It's just weird that they're like, we're firing people and we're shit-canning all these projects.
We could basically rename this entire podcast wild speculation, I think.
I mean, yeah. But, you know, at least I'm not the president, the CEO of Sony showing up to a studio a week before you shit-can them all.
Oh, the picture that's going around of him just smiling with the crew and just, like, looking all happy. It's like, yeah, this is a great day. And then went home, and the fact that it happened 6 days after that means he would have had to have basically immediately signed paperwork, or had already signed paperwork, getting rid of their jobs.
To annul an entire studio?
Yeah.
He would have had to have known before he went there.
Absolutely.
Like, no way you turn around in 6 days the firing of an entire studio.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming he probably turned up that day to tell the higher-ups there, hey, we're shutting you down. I'm going to have a picture of your staff now, okay? And then went and got a photo op.
I have no idea. But
Right.
it looks scummy as fuck.
Oh, yeah. It's almost as scummy as ScoMo turning up to a bushfire thing to shake hands with people instead of actually helping.
He's never going to live that shit down.
He's never going to live that or going to Hawaii down, let's be honest. Like,
I mean, given the fact that the two are related, it makes it even worse.
oh, fuck yeah.
But for anyone who doesn't know, back a couple of years ago, there was that massive bushfire that, like, took out, like, half the eastern seaboard.
Decimated
Hell,
the koala population, which is now
we got-
fundamentally extinct.
Oh, yeah. It's a critically endangered species.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the New South Wales government keeps allowing logging rights into koala habitats.
Yeah.
But not the point. There was this big bushfire, and it was big enough that, like, big YouTubers from America were like, you should probably donate to the Australians. Shit's fucked.
Yeah.
That's how big this fire was. Our equivalent of the Prime Minister,
Basically,
Yeah,
like,
he is
our,
the Prime
our, ver-
Minister.
our version of the
President.
president. Yeah.
I said the right word instead of the wrong. Our version of the president, the prime minister, went on holiday to Hawaii.
Midway through this crisis. He wasn't already there. He left when this crisis was
Yeah.
unfolding. So
Because he'd promised his family he would.
at which point, I promised my kids I'd go to Hawaii. We'd all go to Hawaii. He's like, then send your kids. I am not going to say your kids have to suffer, but you're running a country, sir. You need to be here when it's currently on fucking fire.
Yeah.
And he
then-
begrudgingly came back after the entire country bullied him.
Oh, some Australian saw him, took a photo, and went, "Why the fuck is he here?"
Yeah.
And it just viral.
If you want to see the aftermath of that, definitely check out Friendly Geordie's videos on it. Like, he does
Oh, yeah.
a full breakdown and stuff. It's great.
There's actually a great ABC documentary called Nemesis that
Yes, no, I've seen that.
includes
pop up.
it. It's really good. That one actually covers the entire current run of the last big run of the Liberals in Australia,
Yeah.
and how much that was a clusterfuck.
Oh, clusterfuck isn't even going to cover that.
I know, but
Almost
Also,
as scummy. As
we give our PMs really shitty names because we're Australians. So Scott Morrison became ScoMo or Scotty from marketing.
That's right, because he was the fuckwit who had the "Where the bloody hell are you" slogan, which actually hurt our economy at one point.
I mean, it made sense for Australians, but it's like, dude, this is an international ad. What the fuck are you doing?
It made sense for Australians. Yes, I agree. But because one of our biggest tourism parts is Japan, and they are very much like proper and traditional in most cases when they're coming across, and they don't like swearing as much, so that came off bad for them. So they just stopped coming for a while. So Scotty from marketing fucked up big, and then he got in charge of the country. So you can always fail upwards, I guess.
Yeah, apparently. But when he got back from Hawaii, he went out into some of the most ravaged areas and tried to get photo ops with fireys, and they were not taking a fucking bar of it.
There is an absolute legend out there somewhere who was a fiery who was sitting down having essentially just a disassociation break because he'd seen some shit. And, ScoMo walks up, tries to shake his hand, and he just looks at him and, continues to sit there cross-armed, like, go the fuck away. Like, no, I'm not shaking your hand. And ScoMo's like, he looked so hurt by it, didn't he?
No. The best bit is he tries to, like, pick his hand up to shake it, despite the fact this guy doesn't want to.
Oh, that was the weird part. Fuck. Meanwhile, the opposition leader was in the back actually doing volunteering.
Yeah, he was actually at a stall, like, giving food out.
Yeah, he turned up with a shit ton of food. The guy was great. And not once did he tell the media he was going there. It was all ScoMo who brought it for him. And then they copped him there going, hey, what are you doing here, bud? Like,
I mean, my favorite one is still the fiery who rolls up, hey man, are you the media? Tell ScoMo, get fucked from Nelligan.
Oh, yes. Fuck yeah, Nelligan.
That dude Aussie legend, right there.
Absolutely. That's the embodiment of the Australian angry spirit. Like, just, fuck you bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Like, that kerfuffle was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun in the way of a train wreck you can't look away from. It's like, that's terrible, but you have to laugh or you're going to cry.
What's dumb is it's not even the worst thing you can lay at his feet.
Oh, when he became the Minister for Women?
I was more thinking of Robodet.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Robodet. I forgot.
Because Robodet was brought in by ScoMo.
That's right. Fuck. He did some dumb shit. He initiated Robodet, which caused people to actually unalive themselves.
So, what happened with that one? Because, another very regionally Australian thing.
Yeah.
Our welfare system settling, they set up an automated system to essentially go, oh, you owe us money, pay us now, and we're cutting you off until you do.
Yeah.
It fucked up so hard that people were cut off with massive debts that the government said they owed them. So yeah, they saw their only way out as no longer being alive.
Yeah. And that court case is still going.
It's a well-documented thing that's why it happened, too. Robojet is a massive fuck-up.
Well, a lot of them, horrible thing to say, but they not quite name it, but they point to it in any letters or media they left behind. It's like, I can't do this. This has ruined me. If I don't do this, my family suffers. And these people got pushed into a corner by something he put in. And his response to that
properly
was
tested, not designed properly, and was rushed out to be like, we did something.
Yeah, rushed out because it was a campaign year. So, and then he made himself Minister for Women.
He made himself every minister.
He did.
Without telling anyone.
Yeah, which was fucking... No, I love the fact that when people found out he was the Minister for Women, it was the dumbest thing. It's like, how is the Minister for Women a man? This does not compute. You don't have the required credentials for this, sir. You should not have been accepted for this role. Or you should have said no.
Especially because there are plenty of women in politics.
There's so many.
It's not like, oh, it's just guys, so of course a man is running the women's section.
Yeah.
No. You've got plenty. They're on your cabinet.
Look, we have an ex-prime minister you could have put into the job. We've got Gillard running around somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We could have put Gillard in that role. As much as I didn't like how she got into power, I did like the shit she got up to. She wasn't bad.
I mean, that's Labour, though.
Yeah.
Labour tends to be a lot of the getting shit done, whereas the Liberals are like, one, we hate the poor, so fuck them.
Yeah.
And two, we're going to have such a surplus. You shouldn't have a massive surplus. It should be getting fucking used to make the country better.
It'd be really good to put that surplus to. Education, health, those things we need.
Yeah.
Be great.
I mean, I've been in hospital a bunch of times lately. I pointed out a couple podcasts ago how I had pneumonia.
Yeah.
Haven't paid for any of it, so, I'm super happy we live in this country, but it could still be better.
Oh, fuck yeah. Getting stuck waiting for, hours on end to do anything or get any kind of help is not ideal. Thank fuck we're not as bad as the American health system, but I swear to God, given the chance, the Liberals would have us in that system. They'd
have already ripped apart Medicare by now.
Yeah, they were trying. Definitely trying.
They keep trying. They never stop.
I don't want to pay
Medicare's
for healthcare.
Our government-assisted medical program, and it's the only reason I think a lot of people even get to see a doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. The way I've always viewed it is, if you're running a country, you should not be paid more than the average medium income. You should be on the base wage, essentially. It's if you want that to increase, you must increase the base wage. You only prosper if the country prospers. In the same way, if you are running a country, or if you're a minister for a country, you should not be having private healthcare or private education. You should be using the public avenues for this, because that's what you're working to achieve and make better.
Yeah,
you need to stand behind the product, essentially. If you don't trust the public systems to look after your kids and your health, why the fuck should we?
You're never going to get that one over the line.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just never going to happen.
It would take burning everything down and starting again from the ashes to get that one through.
I mean, not that I think you get the pay one through either, but that one feels like some reality somewhere that could happen.
Yeah.
The education and healthcare one, that's just No. In the infinite universes, it's never happened.
Yeah. Guaranteed. That's the only stable constant. Ugh.
Pretty much.
But, yes, we got a bit distracted by shoddy things leading to Australian politics, which I get how we got on that tangent.
Look, we took a chance to bitch about ScoMo, and I think every Australian takes that opportunity anytime they can.
And we have so far avoided doing that on this podcast so far, which is fine. Yeah. What else do we have to talk about today?
More layoffs.
Oh, fuck, that's right. We only got through the first half of layoffs.
Yeah.
It keeps going.
We hadn't talked about the ones from EA yet.
That's right. They laid off a decent portion of people from what I saw.
670 individuals.
Jesus, that's not
and
fun.
cancelled the newest Star Wars game that was in development at Respawn.
God, at this point, I don't see them getting any more like Star Wars jobs from Disney. Like, I know that Disney has branched out to other companies and stuff. Like, that's fucking awesome. But EA has dropped the ball so many times, and they keep promising games and then not bringing them out or cancelling them midway through. At some point, a higher up at Disney has to go, stop doing this. You're making us look bad now. You're making people excited for a thing, and then they don't get it. And they come to us complaining, because we're your manager.
But I'm pretty sure that's why they they gave Ubisoft the contract to make Outlaws.
Yes, and so far Outlaws looks pretty good from everything we've seen.
Looks better than anything EA's put out lately.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And yeah, I am including Jedi in that because they did it once. They just did it again.
Yeah, Jedi was fun the first time. The second one was more of the same, which I didn't hate, but it was also just more of the same.
I don't know, actually, like, I was kind of simmered on my enjoyment of that game.
I haven't gone back to it. I played through once.
Yeah, same here. But, like, that one playthrough, I didn't feel nearly as, like, fulfilled.
Yeah, no, the original had a lot more fulfillment in it, absolutely.
The push to have more of an open world design, I think, was a net negative.
Yeah, because I liked the way that the movement techniques did improve. Like, that was an actual good improvement. You felt like a Jedi who had the power to move around and do shit. That was good. But there was nothing... It was nothing much more.
Yeah. Shifting the game into more of a, like, find the dungeon vibe,
yeah,
I don't think worked for me. I much preferred yeah, I know the levels were quite large in the first one, and one could argue they're kind of open-worldy. But it was pretty railroady.
Yeah, they were built the same way the old Ratchet and Clank games were, where you start at a landing point, and then you've got, like, 3 paths off different directions, and you go down that path to the end point, get back to the start, then go down the next one and loop back around. Yeah. And I like that style of doing things, and I'm not going to lie, it's pretty good.
I think it made for a stronger game.
It also lets them show off bigger looking worlds, but also restrict you. Whereas, like, this looks grand and amazing, and there's a giant creature over there, isn't that gorgeous? But you can't get to it, which is okay with me, because, you know, I don't need to go explore every mountain. Like,
I feel like we were missing the big, like, oh my god, set pieces. Like, in the first one, I still remember coming up in the water, climbing on the side of the, what is it, the AT-ATs?
Yeah.
As they walk up on the beach, you're hanging onto the moss.
Oh,
on the outside, it's like, this is so fucking epic.
We actually got a good sense of scale for them for once. It was good.
Whereas I can't remember anything from the second one.
I remember the NPCs, and that's about it. There were some of them that were pretty fun. That's more or less everything I remember from it. I can barely remember the plot from the second one, to be honest.
It's to find that hidden planet.
Oh, that's right. And the guy fucks them all over to have it all for himself.
Yeah.
God, that was dumb.
Oh, it's a shitty twist.
Take the Jedi with you. Fuck off to a different continent. You don't have to be next to them.
Yeah. It's a whole planet, man.
Yeah.
Take you and your kid, go to the other side, away from the temple. It's fine.
Yeah.
Why did you go to the fucking temple?
Oh, God, it was dumb. But yeah, like, Ubisoft, I'm looking forward to their game just to see if they can pull it off. Because if they can, I'm guaranteeing this is their like what's the word I'm looking for? Audition to start getting more shit from the Star Wars universe. And if they knock it out the water and then get a second job and do that well, then they're set for life there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And like, what's the there's only one Star Wars game that EA is actually working on at the moment, which is the redo of Commandos. No, that got shit canned.
I can't remember what they are still working on one.
Battlefield, also the Battlefront one. Yeah,
but there's also a Battlefront. They're remaking the original Battlefront game,
which is just I can already see it being a live service and not being done properly and full of microtransactions, like the last one they made was.
It all comes down to what they decide they want to do. All we know so far is that they're doing it. It's supposed to be coming out this year.
Yeah.
And that it's supposed to be everything that ever got released with the original Battlefront games, plus new content.
Yeah. Things like, that's the thing with the big companies. I don't trust them anymore.
No.
When I hear plus additional content, I'm saying, okay, you'll have like 1 or 2 skins, because that's going to tick the box to the lawyers, which means you can get away with it. I don't trust them with anything. Even to a point, Ubisoft, I'm looking at skeptically. It's like, don't fuck this up. I want more Star Wars things. But
I think there's like one large studio I still trust to develop quality games.
Yeah.
And that's FromSoft.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because they've not burnt me once.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, amazing. Dark Souls 2, amazing. Bloodborne, amazing. Dark Souls 3, amazing. Sekiro, amazing.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, amazing.
They have found their niche, and they are playing it perfectly. They know what they're doing.
Hell, they even took a break and did Armored Core 6, and that was great too.
Yeah. Right, like, I don't play those games because I suck at them, but I love watching other people play them. Like, I can appreciate the Souls franchise for how difficult and how like much skill goes into it. And they are gorgeous games, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
They're done perfectly. And the storylines are interesting. Like, I've done like a couple of like dives onto the lore occasionally. It's like, this is fucking weird. I like this. But,
yeah. I think the one with the best lore is actually Bloodborne.
Yeah.
If you ever want to dive into that one, look up what is it? The Pale Blood Hunt. That's the big community document that is the plot of Bloodborne, and it's like, wow, this is so wonderfully twisted and connected, and oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Would highly recommend watching some of the videos on the Pale Blood Hunt.
Yeah. So EA's dumped more than 600 people into the market to find new jobs. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully they jump off and make their own studio and do something fun.
Who knows?
We can hope, honestly. That's all we can really do.
Although, that doesn't always mean something necessarily good happens.
That is true.
Because
sometimes
we had a bunch of guys leave Blizzard. Oh, I need to look up what the game is called. They made an RTS. I think it's called Stormfront.
That sounds very familiar. But like,
I want to say
that I remember that didn't do well.
So what happened is they kickstarted it. They essentially kickstarted it and got a bunch of money from that.
Yeah.
And then they got investors to get more money. And now they're like, we need more money. So if you put money in, you can you're essentially buying shares.
Yeah. At which point,
how much money do you need?
How much money went to Hookers and Blow exactly, guys? Come on, just be honest. It was bound to happen.
I mean, they're still doing better than Cloud Imperium Games.
Oh fuck oh god, that's a shit show.
We're not going to relitigate that. We say it every time. Star Citizen needs to fucking die.
It's not coming out. It's a pyramid scheme.
It seems like it's so much more like an MLM.
Yeah, actually, you're not wrong. Fuck.
Because the pyramid scheme has no product.
Yeah.
They keep putting out just enough to be like, we're still working on it.
It's
See,
still
it's not a scam.
Occasionally, it doesn't break everything.
Only for 20 minutes.
Oh, we're never going to stop shitting in that game.
No, we're not.
Until it comes out and it turns out to be amazing, then we will eat crow publicly. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But until that happens, fuck him.
Although, there was a topic I was going to eat a whole bunch of crow on right up until it stopped being something that was like that.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. We kept forgetting to talk about this.
I kept forgetting to talk about Halo.
Yeah.
Because Season 2's out and the first 3 episodes dropped and I was actually pretty impressed.
Yeah.
The characters seem to be better when they're in combat. They keep fucking helmets on.
Yes.
And guess what? They can emote well. You don't have to take the helmet off for that.
Who'd have thought? Like, it's not like the Mandalorian and a bunch of other shit had already showed us this.
I know. But they had plenty of stuff with them out of the armor, but it was like around the base, in the barracks, talking to commanders. It's like, this is an appropriate time for them not to be in armor.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And they were wearing things apart from weird bodysuits for once.
Yeah. They actually look like they wear quasi-military style fatigues. Yeah, it's all kind of in that, like, military olive green. So, it's close enough without having to come up with an entire, like, uniform design for patches and stuff.
It's casual army gear, essentially.
Yeah. So, that was really good. They, in the previous season, one of the characters gotten really hurt. And they're still dealing with it in Season 2. And they actually started talking about, like, this is what happens to Spartans who wash out of the Spartan program.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to leave the Spartan program because your injuries are holding you back. And they showed a Spartan who had washed out. He became blind. He now runs the Spartan gym.
Yeah.
So, it's really cool showing all this, like, potential additional world building, which you never get in a game because you can't have a, oh yes, I'm playing the depressed Spartan who wants out.
Yeah. It's hard
You gotta play the hero.
You gotta have the power fantasy when you're in, like, an actual game.
Yeah, so this is actually fertile ground for a TV show to explore.
Yeah.
And then episode 4 comes out. So the whole thing's been a build-up to the attack on Reach. And I actually thought it was really cool because they did all this really nice build-up with the idea that the Covenant have been using outer colonies as like a test bed.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you fight humans. You need to take out the communications, and then you hit power infrastructure, and then you start actually attacking.
They've been grinding for experience in the outer suburbs.
Yeah. So, when they do the attack on Reach, it's fucking seamless. And then, episode 4 is the attack goes off. It is a garbage episode in which they basically just murder characters for no reason. The blind Spartan turns out to be gay. Him and his gay lover die 2 minutes apart from each other.
God.
All to motivate the Spartan who was thinking of quitting being a Spartan. They fringed and buried the gays twice in one episode.
That's just abysmal. We should probably mention what fridging is, in case we've confused someone there.
So, it's from a Green Lantern comic, I want to say.
I think it was Green Lantern. I'm pretty sure it was.
Essentially, the main character's girlfriend gets murdered and crammed into a fridge.
Yeah.
And it's only done as a motivation point for the main character. So, while some people only associate fridging with a romantic interest, it has kind of become this catch-all term for, did you kill that character for a good reason, or just to motivate another character?
Yeah.
If it's just for motivation purposes, that character got fridged.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
there's a trope in media called bury the gays, where if you have a gay character, they get killed, so you don't have to have the gay characters anymore.
Yeah.
So they took the 2 gay characters,
and fridged
one of them dies, and then the other one dies, all just to motivate Riz, the character who was thinking of quitting being a Spartan.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, I read the Fall of Reach books, and the book for it, and it's great. And the Battle of Reach, a lot of Spartans do die. Because it's meant to be the Spartans hold the planet to the end until it's glassed with them on it. But it's one of those things where we've only seen like 4 Spartans in this series so far.
Oh no! In this season, they show that there's a lot more.
Oh,
they have multiple teams of Spartans.
Because like the first Halo game kicks off right after Reach's glass. That's when they get to the Halo. They jump from Reach in a panic and just end up there because they're following directions that have been breadcrumbed to them. And that's the reason why Chief is so powerful. He's the last Spartan left. Everyone else is either dead or in like cryogenic stasis, or were Spartans who washed out. One of them, I think, was their tactician on one of the ships in like the second game. Was a Spartan who failed the physical portion because the surgery fucked him up so badly.
I don't think you actually meet any of those ones in game.
I think they're mentioned somewhere, but I can't remember.
That like any
It's been
Spartan
a long time
doesn't.
since I played Halo.
Anytime, I know from the books, anytime a Spartan doesn't succeed through the Spartan, I think it's 3 program?
Yeah.
Or is it the Spartan 2 program? I can't remember which one they're up to.
They're up to... It's Spartan 1 were the Helldivers, Spartan 2 was Chief, Spartan 3 was the ones that were coming after they got glassed, and then 4 were the ones that come back in later.
The Spartan 2 program, anyone who washed out of that but didn't die, basically either became an Oni operative or just went into, like, military tactics.
Yeah, because they still had the brilliant mind of a Spartan, essentially.
Yeah. But that's what I mean, like, you don't hear about that stuff in the games, and it's not even really in the book, so it was really cool seeing them do it in the show, and then they just 86 the whole fucking plotline.
Yeah, which is somewhat sad, because they could have fucking zoned in on that shit to actually get some, like, nice drama out of it, but no.
And, like, this is also the episode where their Commander Keyes kills himself.
Oh, fun.
So there's an entire military transport full of civilians, and there's jackals attacking, and like all the military guys have been trying to fight them back, so the civilians can get away. And they realize that the fueling hose is still connected to the ship, so Keyes has to go out and disconnect it. And of course, they want to have an epic moment. So the jackals just don't kill him.
Okay.
So that he can disconnect the fuel line, but not turn it off. So that when he lights a cigarette, it all explodes. But they wanted the shot so bad, they just have him walk out there, a military commander of your enemy force, in front of the enemies who were just seconds ago slaughtering anyone they saw. Just don't. Long enough for him to disconnect it, let the gas run for a couple seconds, and then blow them up.
God damn, that's just lazy writing.
It's so stupid.
Why? Like, thing is, like, from what you were telling me, like, because we were talking about this on, like, our normal catch-up. I'm saying like too much. My brain just caught onto it. But you were sitting there going, I think I have to eat crow. Like, oh shit, this means that I may also have to eat crow on this one. But, you know... Then they decided to save us from that and shoot themselves in the foot. So,
also, like, there's this big, like, question mark in the series right now because the Oni operative who took over from Halsey used Cortana, who got ripped out of Chief, by the way. Don't know really how, since in this one she's surgically implanted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how'd that happen? She was like in his brain.
Yeah, they skipped over that one pretty quick. He used her to run some kind of simulation, which, as far as he knows, means they can't defend Reach. They have to leave it and just accept the L. Okay, so what's the simulation? What did you learn? Like, what is this? They just keep referencing it, but they don't want to say what it was.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
It sounds like it's their version of the prophecy foretold we had to run away. It's like, what did the prophecy say, though? We have to go over there now. It's like the prophecy that was always in Harry Potter in the second half of the book series. So it's the great prophecy.
What I hate about it. Yeah, the thing that's dumb about it though is like there's some genuinely really good scenes that are based off it.
Yeah,
because like his father's on Reach, and his dad has Alzheimer's, so he doesn't remember everything. He doesn't remember things like his sister and mother are dead. In the last scene, because he can't take his father with him, yes, I'm gonna spoil this really nice scene. Fuck you, you weren't watching the show anyway. He comes to see his dad, and he's like, "This is the last time I can come and see you. You remember what we talked about?" Yep, I actually remember that bit because it's the bit where you tell me I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But what he does is he gives him the tablet to unalive himself, and he brings in a flash clone of his sister.
Ah.
So that in the last moments, his dad, who doesn't remember she's actually dead, can sit with his sister while he dies.
Oh, that's lovely.
And it's like, damn it, man, that is a great, very well done scene, based off your bullshit prophecy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always annoying when things do that, with like little scattered redeeming features in something. It's like, you are ruining a thing I like, but I like this one scene. You did that good. If that didn't have the branding on it of Halo, I would have enjoyed that a lot more.
Yeah.
But,
genuinely, if you can find a YouTube of it or something,
yeah,
I'd recommend, just watch that one scene. It's actually pretty well done.
That's fair.
Do we want to get back onto, topics we were actually planning to talk about?
Probably a good idea, actually.
So, Nintendo's suing a Switch emulator.
Look, we kind of knew this was going to happen when these guys started making money.
Yeah. So, they don't get to make the Kazaa defense, as I tend to refer it as, which is we made a thing, but we're not responsible for what our users do with it.
Yeah. It's not our fault they did it. It's, we can't be held liable.
Because the creators of it are taking money from a Patreon for it, so...
Yeah.
You're being paid. That means that they can sue you now.
Yeah, because that's, the only reason we ever had other, the old DS emulators and that kind of stuff. These guys released them for free. They made money other places, but not on the emulation. So it's you flew a bit too close to the sun there, guys. You got a bit too greedy with that.
Yeah.
Because their Patreon is, if people pay for it and vote on what they want, they'll make it or something, isn't it? Or
I can't remember. They don't actually say in this article.
Because if it's the guys I'm thinking of, I can never remember. I know there's one Patreon that it's a coders on demand kind of thing. Where it's we want this made. And their community votes on it.
So I opened up their Patreon.
Yeah.
$2, you just support them. $8.50. This is an Australian dollar dues, by the way. So at $8.50, you get early access to releases. At $16.50, you get early access with daily updates and access to special features.
Yeah.
And they have a $40 tier, which is all of that stuff, but, tech support and Discord. Essentially, they're supporting your ability to use this to pirate stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the minute you guys decided to do that, Big Daddy Nintendo was coming for you sooner or later.
Yeah, because Big Daddy Nintendo only starts fights they know they can win. Hence the reason Pal World is still a thing.
Yeah.
They look at that going, we can't win that fight outright. And we don't be slugging in the streets for too long because that makes us look bad as well. We'll leave that be. But these little fuckers in the corner over here, we can vent our frustration on them.
Sorry, speaking of Pal World, I've seen a trailer for a game. I've got to vamp for a second. I've got to find the title of this game.
Fair. I'll see what I can think of. All I can imagine is, how Disney, they punch down a lot. Disney will sue anyone if they can. And they have the money and lawyers to make that last forever. And they don't care if people, get shitty at them, because at this point, who's going to stop them? So, if you're caught drawing Mickey Mouse in a cafe next to a Disney lawyer, they're going to slap you.
Yeah.
But Nintendo will see you doing this going, did you sell this to someone? Are you doing commission? No? Okay, I'll leave you be. And we'll then fade into the shadows again.
Unless it's a little too close, because, they took down things like Pokemon Uranium.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Uranium was so close to a Pokemon game, you could easily confuse it for one.
It also had the word Pokemon in it.
Yeah. But, a Pokemon game like the one that fucking Peter made, no one's questioning that that's a Pokemon game. On Pokemon Uranium, aside from the nuclear theme, sprite work was on point. Audio was MIDI tunes. It looked like a Pokemon game. If you did not know, you could theoretically assume that Game Freak put out a game called Pokemon Uranium.
It had the soul of a Pokemon game. It was really weird. I loved it.
So, I found the trailer I was looking for.
Oh, nice.
This game called Kingmaker.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
So, here's the bit. Medieval Europe. This person has arisen and they have become the Kingmaker. They're helping people. They're, killing armies off and setting people on the throne. You know who the person is?
Who?
A dude with a whole pile of guns and a time-traveling pickup truck.
I love that.
I am not kidding.
So much.
This is a real game.
Oh, that's perfect.
I will put the trailer in the show notes. It starts out with all this, old English stuff over the top of it, and then, hard cuts to a, ute going 88 miles an hour and then appearing in a battlefield just running motherfuckers down before the dude jumps out with an AK-47 and starts murdering knights.
Oh, that's amazing, and I kind of want that game now.
I know, right?
Oh, it's perfect.
Sorry, when you mentioned Power World, it was like, oh wait, I know another game that's done the thing but guns.
The great thing is it works. If you just put a little bit of random absurdity into something, you can make some fun shit.
Oh, yeah.
Not everything has to be serious. You can just be a guy with a time-traveling pickup and a bunch of guns. It's fun.
Yeah. And because, he's got guns and a pickup truck, no medieval army can stand to him. So he's become the Kingmaker.
Which is fair. Oh, God, that's dumb.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll put the trailer in the show notes. It's fucking great.
But these guys we knew were going to get shut down the second they started making money from this, and Nintendo will not stand for that.
No. And, I mean, rightly so.
Yeah.
They don't have a leg to stand on. We provided software that bypasses Nintendo's security and encryption, and we're getting paid for it.
Yeah. There is no way they can not be sued. I don't know why they thought this was a smart idea.
Yeah. They're gonna get fucked.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Talking about companies that can get fucked, Netflix is looking to raise its prices again, despite the fact that it is increasing its market share right now.
The second they claw back any credibility, they decide to fuck themselves again.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, we don't want to deal with Netflix anymore. It's too expensive, and all the stuff you're making is shit. And then they started making better quality stuff. And people are like, alright, maybe it's worth the extra money now. We'll go back and check it out. And now it's going to be, $25 or something Australian? It's something.
Give me a moment. It's going from... The basic plan... I'm pretty sure this is in American money, so...
Yeah.
Do a quick...
There's also the fact that they're still pushing that one account bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
That hasn't gone away.
According to them, the reason they didn't do a price increase last year was because they did that, and that got them the money they needed.
They don't need money. They want more money. That's the thing.
Currently, the basic plan for Netflix in Australian dollar dues is $15.37.
Mm-hmm.
They want to increase it to $18.40.
That's still not great. Less than what I thought, but still not great.
Yeah, but that's per month. And now you can't share your account with anyone.
Yeah, so you can't effectively share the load of that across 3 different people and just share the account. Which is fucking dumb, and I hate it. It just means that more people are donning the tricorn hat again. So I'm waiting for them to get shitty and say, oh, we have to raise the prices because piracy. No. Fuck yourself. You have forced people into this again. It's the same reason people are stealing shit from Coles and Woolies. If you make things too expensive, we're gonna take it. We are a country that has descended from criminals. What do you expect from us?
I remember there was a statistic many years ago, back when Game of Thrones was good.
So around season 2, then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that said that on release day, Australians made up 40% of piracy for that in like something like the first 12 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there was no functional, like, not even, Ozstar was airing it same day.
Yeah, that
and
given
given
the
the
fact
fact,
an extra week or something, it was horrible.
yeah, and given the fact that I think everyone remembers back when Game of Thrones was good, like, it was the cultural touchstone.
Yeah.
The episode came out, and you watched it, because everyone was going to be talking about it the next day.
The internet would spoil everything within seconds.
So, Australians were like, well, there's no good way to watch it, so we're going to have to pirate it.
Yeah, it was going to have to find a way. And we did. We found ways.
And then Odstar was like, we've got simulcast on this now.
And everyone's like, awesome, you're still shit.
Yeah, but the people who had Odstar were like, okay, I don't have to download the episodes anymore.
Things like the people with Offstar are just like 60-year-olds now. Or even then. Like, we only had Offstar because I think it was like grandfathered in at one point.
Probably.
Fuck.
I mean, me and a couple other housemates a house or two ago tried Foxtel. It was like, nah, man, this is some hot trash right
Things
here.
like, after any kind of streaming, you can't go back to Offstar or Foxtel.
Oh, no.
Because
no.
you can't go from on-demand of, I want to watch this thing now, to, I'm just going to flip through a bunch of channels that might have something I like on them.
I set up a Nintendo... no, I was about to say Nintendo Shield. It's not a Nintendo Shield.
Goddamn Nintendo Shields.
NVIDIA Shield for my mom, because I could program all the streaming sites onto it for her.
Yeah.
So she didn't have to remember everything. For a little while, the remote wasn't working. I ended up getting it fixed. It works now. But she couldn't use the thing, and she had to go back to normal TV. And I just got a text message being like, I can't do normal TV, you have to come over and fix this.
Yeah. You can't go back. And that's where they've got us, I think. That's how... That's how they're justifying these price hikes in their head. Like, they can't go back to normal TV. Like, that's dead now.
Yeah, pretty much. As much as I hate saying it, because, like, not everyone can afford that. And I'm a big proponent of the ABC and SBS, which are our government-subsidized channels. But ads, man. I can't do ads, man.
At the same time, ABC does have their own on-demand service now, and you can just
watch iView is one of the best.
Yeah, I was watching Doctor Who on that for ages. I loved it. It was completely free. It's like, fuck yeah.
100%. That Nemesis documentary I was talking about, that's on there.
Nice.
They get a lot of British programming because the ABC and the BBC are basically in bed with each other.
Yeah.
So, we get a lot of good stuff.
Which is pretty
good. Look, everyone's got a fucking VPN these days. VPN into Australia, watch iView.
Go and watch some Round the Twist. Go on, do it. You know you want to.
I mean, go watch our best cultural output that's happened in the past couple of years. We've got all of Bluey, including the episodes the Americans banned.
Oh, I forgot they banned episodes.
Because they don't have the one where Chili's sister... where they basically say that Chili's sister can't have kids.
Yeah.
And there's another one. It's to do with pregnancy that they don't allow either.
Like it's a miscarriage or something.
I don't think it's the I can't remember if it's the miscarriage episode or not.
Either way.
I know the one with Chili's sister's one of the ones that's not allowed overseas.
Yeah.
But it's all on iView. It's a VPN away. Do your kids a favor and show them Bluey if you haven't.
Yes, make them watch the tiny blue dog and learn feelings and such.
Look, you'll hate it way less than watching Paw Patrol for the 9 millionth time.
Look, get to this point, it's Bluey, even as an adult, you can watch it going, ha! That's kind of funny. Like, I've seen clips of it because I live in a apartment-rich environment, so there's a bunch of people around who have kids, and all social media gathers data from around you. So there's always kids watching like Bluey and shit in my building. Which means that if I'm on TikTok or Instagram, random things of Bluey pop up. It's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And they started being funny. It's like, how dare you? How dare you?
And like artistically, some of the episodes are like gold tier.
What I love, there's the episode where Bluey goes with their family out camping, and she meets a French dog called Jean-Claude or Jean. The best part about that is if you switch the language of that episode to French, he speaks English.
Yeah,
and I love that. It's great because you can actually find out what the fuck he was saying, because that was annoying me for so long because it's not subtitled.
I just like that they bothered to change the language to maintain the concept of the episode that they don't speak the same language.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
I think the best artistic episode though is it's called Sleepy Time. It's about a dream that Bingo, which is one of the kids, has, and like artistically it is fucking peerless in the entire run of the show so far.
Yeah.
Because they use a lot of imagery. Like they have Bingo come out of... They show the solar system. They have the sort of... The Earth cracks open like an egg to reveal Bingo. And they show you Mercury and Venus. And they're both already cracked. So it's heavily implied that Venus was Bluey, and Mercury was the miscarriage that's in the show.
Yeah, it's
implied.
implied.
Because the show creators have... No, the show creators have confirmed it.
Oh, they actually confirmed it, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Because I remember, like, the one thing that everyone was banking on that was the episode where, I think it's, like, Bingo's pretending to be pregnant and the balloon pops under her shirt.
Yeah.
And Bandit just grabs the mother's hand.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God.
That got tweeted to the creators and they confirmed that that's what that was.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that.
So, that's why the fan theory is, like, Mercury, that's the child they don't have.
Yeah.
And Bingo goes on this, like, adventure through the universe before returning to Earth and going back in because she goes back to bed.
Yeah.
It's an amazingly done episode. The imagery is fantastic. Like, if you watch no episodes other than Sleepy Time, like, that's probably one of their artistically best ones.
Oh, definitely. And then, of course, if you've ever heard the unicorn meme, that's where it's from.
Which one?
The unicorn. Is it the unihorse? No, unicorn. What's the actual one? Unihorse. What's your favorite food? Children.
Oh yeah, the puppet thing. Yeah.
That's where it's from, and I love that came from a kids show. That was great. But
I mean, we've talked about Blue before. It's an amazing show.
We have.
Like, go watch it.
But they did the smart thing. They put a bunch of adult content into there, like adult jokes or adult level humor, but it's hidden behind that maturity wall that kids can't comprehend it properly. So even if you're stuck watching this with a kid, you can at least like some things. Because it's not the kids who found this background stuff of the cracked other planet or the bandit grabbing the hand. It's the parents stuck watching it with their kids. So they've sprinkled in little backstories. It's like,
it's like they have different planets, quote unquote, representing like other characters in the episode.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit where like I think they go to Jupiter. And Bingo's like playing with it because it's liquid for some reason.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the real world where she's slapping Bandit. Because the implication is that Bandit is Jupiter.
Yeah.
But yeah, they cut to this and it's just slapping Bandit upside the head.
Yeah.
It's really good. And like the mother is the son because, life giver.
Makes sense.
Like I said, watch the episode. It's really fucking good.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that, like, if you are outside of Australia, find a way to watch it. Because we have exported that show to basically the four corners of the
It's
Earth
on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It's fucking everywhere at this point. I know it's in the UK. It made a big splash over there. Apparently the Americans love it.
Yeah. They just don't get all the slang.
Yeah. They just don't understand that. These guys had, like, the Americans had to redub Mad Max, for fuck's sake. They don't understand our accent. Like, that was dumb. Muppets.
That's a good show, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. What other nonsense do we have to talk about today?
Well, how about we do something to do with a game studio that's actually positive?
I like this. This is a new thing.
So, Remedy's taken control of the IP for Control.
I love this.
Back from 505 Games, which is
I like
surprising.
this. I love Control. Control was great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Great game. The only issue I have with it is the sepia filter it has over it causes me to have a migraine if I play it for more than 2 hours. Apart from that, love the game.
And, I mean, we're going to get another one. By all accounts, Alan Wake 2 is fantastic. Still in Epic Jail, so I still haven't played it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just... Waiting for things to get out of Epic inventory is fucking annoying. Especially if it's something you want.
Yeah.
Because even, like, eventually when it does come out, like, a year later, and it's like, you've cooled on what, you know, your enthusiasm for it. It's like, it causes games to die prematurely.
Yeah. Well... It can, and it can also give them a second chance.
Yeah, sure.
Depends. If it's something big enough, people will wait, and I get the feeling Alan Wake 2 will do fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't have something that can really pull a draw card just because it got out of Epic Jail, you basically just shut yourself.
Yeah. Although that does remind me, didn't Epic get hacked recently?
Yeah, it's kind of a non-story right now. Nothing's really come out of it yet.
I'm assuming a bunch of private information for 12-year-olds playing Fortnite's been leaked.
Username, fucking passwords, all that jazz.
All that fun stuff.
Usual someone hacked a game company shit.
Pretty much. What are they going to do? Like, actually, no. They hacked it just to get access to Alan Wake 2. That's why. They just accidentally grabbed a bunch of private information instead of the game. Wrong directory.
It's mostly because, like, nothing's come of it yet. Like, they haven't, like, released the codes or anything. So.
There's not been any... no one's taken responsibility for
No. Someone's taking credit.
Oh, did they?
They just haven't... Yeah. They just haven't done anything with it yet.
Ah, okay. So just sitting there being all mysterious.
Yeah, so...
What will we do with this information? At which point, that says to me, this is useless information.
Well, because it only really matters to Epic.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think they got, like, credit card info or anything like that.
Yeah. Honestly, one day I want someone to hack into one of those systems and just release the amount of data they harvest on people. Like, just getting into Apple or Google, like, this is what they harvest from you on a daily basis. All of it, forever. My phone is currently recording this podcast without me knowing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I hope the guy who's assigned to listen to us at least likes the podcast.
I know, right? Shout out to the guy listening to us from Facebook.
Yeah. One day we'll just get a note from Facebook. It's like, we really like your thing. Like, you've never seen it. What the fuck?
I think we'll go to our last story for this week. And... It's absurd. Like,
absurd is fun.
So, company in England wanted to run a Willy Wonka themed event. They planned to have this whole big thing. It was advertised as this wonderfully enriching day out for the kids. Dreams come to life.
They used like AI images to try and like advertise as well. So these images looked amazing. It looked like a great place. And then...
Yeah, it turned out to just be an empty warehouse with, like, pictures thumbtacked to walls
a
and a
rainbow
bouncy castle.
Like, a bouncy... It reminded me so much of that off-brand TwitchCon from that chick who got banned from TwitchCon for being a bitch. And it had it was probably the same ball pit, to be honest, probably just the same area. They had the ball pit that someone pissed in, apparently.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, the children's event ball pit didn't get pissed in. Like, what does that say about us nerds?
Or at least the people who turned... Oh, TanaCon! That was what it was.
That's the thing! Yes, TanaCon!
I think it makes more criticism of the people who like Tana, but you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, like, the cops were called to this thing because parents were, rightly so, fucking furious about this.
Not just, like, if it had been free, I'd have been like, look, come on, suck it up. It was free.
Absolutely.
No. They charged £35, which, using the rough conversion you do for England, which is roughly double it to get to dollary dues, we're talking $70 a ticket.
That's per child.
That's fucked. That is fucked.
But it gets worse, considering what was their response to all of this?
I will read you their response. Today has been a very stressful and frustrating day for many, and for that we are truly sorry. Unfortunately, last minute we were let down in many areas of our event and tried our best to continue and push through, and now realize we probably should have cancelled first thing this morning instead. We fully apologize for what has happened and will give full refunds to each and every person that purchased tickets. We planned a fabulous event, it just did not take shape as planned, and for that we are truly sorry. We are devastated at how it turned out and understand people's anger and frustrations that everyone had. Refunds have already started being issued, the rest should be over the coming days. We again truly sorry to everyone.
I don't know why, but it rings like hollow to me.
Yeah.
It's the wording, I swear.
Look,
it sounds too like script is not the right word. It sounds like someone's put into ChatGPT, like, write us an apology note about a event that went bad, and it's crapped that out.
It's so bad because it's not like a little bit went wrong. It's not like, oh, we had a guy who was like the perfect Willy Wonka and he broke his leg this morning. Yeah. So we're sorry, you're not going to have a cool guy running you around the event.
Yeah.
That thing doesn't line up.
Yeah.
Your event wasn't even in the same fucking ballpark.
This was essentially a off-white painted warehouse with some random streamers and off-brand, like, Tesco inflatable arches around.
Yeah.
It was something that I could understand this being a shitty kid's, like, birthday party level of decoration. That's where it would fit in.
Yeah.
But as an event, no.
An event you paid $70 to go to.
Like, that's just to get in the door. Guaranteed food and everything else would have been fucking so much more. But,
it's fucked. It's so fucked.
This, like, if I was organising any event and I'd sent out all the advertising and everything else and I'd walked into that location to check on things, because that's what you do before you start the event starts. If I walked in and saw that, I would cancel.
Yeah.
It'd be like, this is a wash. We can't do this. If we do this, we'll be hung from those rafters. The parents will not go for this. The kids will not accept this.
Yeah.
No amount of imagination can make this a chocolate factory. Someone was just hoping enough people would take the L.
Yeah.
And that it wouldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Completely forgetting that most people are kind of sick of taking the L and wasting money. So this backfired spectacularly for them.
If they'd been charging like maybe $20, I'm not saying it would work, but like $20 maybe.
$20, most people can wash off. Like they can say, look, that sucks, but I'm not going to cause a stink over $20. But for $70 Australian, even if we're being charitable and saying $60 Australian, no. If I've put $60 in, I want that product. I recently had to deal with like Steam because I bought a game that will not run. It just keeps getting a disk error, and every time I went to Steam support, like, there's nothing we can do. Go contact your local support. Like, no, other games function. This one does not. Either refund me my money, or tell me how to fix it, because I've tried everything you've said, it doesn't work. And eventually I got the refund. But it was like pulling teeth, and that was just for $40. Yeah. I will fight for $40 because I need that money. It's required to live.
I think a good example, a couple months back, we went to this Oddities Expo. $25 to get in.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the thing was bad. We had a good day out.
We enjoyed ourselves.
It wasn't what I think was advertised.
No, we were expecting like a lot more of a not museum, but like a display of weird things.
I think we were expecting a little more like a big swap meet.
Yeah. And what we got instead was a bunch of overpriced stalls.
Yeah.
Granted, we bought some stuff because we're weird, and there were some weird things there. Not gonna lie.
It was definitely what was advertised was there. Interesting, weird shit.
Yeah.
Just not on the scale that they made it seem like they had.
Yeah, we also found some interesting shit that wasn't advertised, like the what was it? I bought a needlework thing, which was a like Halloween Christmassy kind of wreath. I think it was great.
But my point being,
patches, it was good.
we went to an underwhelming event, but at $25, we were like, we still had a good day out.
Yeah, $25 we could do. If that had been $40, I'd have been pissed.
I'd have been pissed. And if it had been $70, I'd have been like, someone owes me money.
Oh, fuck yes. I've been walking back out going, I want my money back. That's false advertising. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I completely understand where these guys are like, no. We paid way too much money for this bullshit. This is fucked.
Absolutely. It's just horrible. Because when I saw that news article that John Doe linked us, I thought it's like, oh, okay. At a glance, I'm thinking, oh, what is this? Maybe they redid the tunnel scene for all the kids, and that's what traumatized them. No, wasn't that?
You know what my first thought when I saw Willy Wonka event?
What?
Why do a bunch of parents want to pay for their kids to get killed?
Actually, yes. That was the next thing I thought of. Were they actually killing the children? Is that why they were upset?
Oh no, my kid didn't fall in a chocolate river and get sucked into the pipeworks.
Like, oh, where does that pipe go? The trash compactor. Ah, that's funny, but actually, where is my child? Like, the trash compactor.
So dumb. So dumb.
It was horrible. I feel really bad for anyone who had to suffer through that. Because, like, getting the money back is great. I like the fact that getting the money back, provided it all goes through. But can you imagine that this is an event for kids, and it's only going to be really young kids? These parents have bundled these kids up into cars, which is already difficult to do.
Oh, yeah.
We have enough friends with kids and like family with kids to know how
guarantee
difficult that is.
The only way they got him in that car was we're going to the Willy Wonka thing.
Yeah, we're going to the candy factory, the chocolate factory. Let's go and have fun. It's going to be a great day. You got to hype kids up for this shit. And then you get there for that disappointment. You then have to deal with tantrums, crying. You have to explain to your kids what this is. That is a shit day. You have essentially ruined what should have been a nice, happy day for hundreds of families, I'm assuming. I don't know how many people are going.
They don't state how many people went.
Yeah. But it's enough to make you think, like, this has ruined enough people's day. And by that point, fuck yeah, I'd be calling the cops as well, because that's clearly a scam.
Yeah.
And that's what people were alleging. Like, we got scammed out of $70. Can you just come down and yell at these people? Fuck.
Yeah.
But, horrible. And I really hope whoever tried getting away with this gets, like, smacked around a bit. It'd be great.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah, maybe they'll trip down some stairs and we'll be happy. We can dream.
Well, on that one, I think we'll round things out. We're out past an hour.
Excellent.
So, y'all have a good one.
Bye.